Narcan saves lives. Narcan has saved my own life.
Everyone should be carrying Narcan. It reverses an opioid overdose.
It's easy to get. It's almost at any pharmacy. You don't have to be 18, and you don't need a prescription.
It is saving lives every single day.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Evette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These Jet Setting Divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Woo!
Woo!
What's going on? We're back from the world of travel.
Lord, I feel like I've been on I don't even know.
Yeah, whirlwind. I mean, when you travel so much, I can't even imagine you, Evette, but just the couple of weeks of travel, you can hear the raspiness in my voice. I think my voice is just tired now.
Yes. It'd be like 11, 12 o'clock and I'll be on the phone or talking to somebody and I just sound like I just woke up.
Yes.
And I think I'm still dealing with the jet lag because we were in Hawaii and Hawaii was 5 hours behind where we live at in Central Time in Texas.
Yeah, I even have me some Aloha tea I done took from the
Okay.
I have some tea that I just made. I need to go in the kitchen and get it. I haven't started drinking it yet.
Yes, I was like, I'm having me some Jet Setting tea because I'm gonna tell you, y'all, we need to just go on ahead and do some standby Chronicles because
oh my God,
standby, though it is economical, and to Jeanette, it's fun. I don't know about me.
Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun. So what we're doing is we're flying. Evette has blessed us with being able to fly using her flight benefits standby. And Evette, tell us a little bit about how the process works.
Oh my God, that is exactly.
Talk about the non-revenue travel people.
It's non-revenue, meaning that means you're not getting paid for it. I do fly sometimes revenue, but that's when they flying me somewhere to work. But non-revenue standby travel, oh my God, that's when you're just standby. Everybody, they wait until everybody gets on the plane and see what seats they have available at the end. If they have something available, then they will assign you. But this is what I'm finding out, and I'm just gonna put it on out there.
Okay.
These gate agents, I think they be having seats and they just say, we don't have nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I would never be a gate agent.
Yeah.
They deal with a lot because people are coming to them. When is the flight coming? When is the plane coming? When is it? Am I going to get on this plane? They deal with a lot until the fact that they just don't want to do the job anymore or whatever. And they just get away from here. I don't have a seat for you. That's what I feel like. And I'm gonna tell you, when in Hawaii, I went through a mess trying to get back.
But yeah,
I went through a mess. I booked I don't even want to say their name because it was a mess. The lady told me first she called my name and she had a seat for me. And then she said, well, you was on another flight earlier this morning. And I said, well, I didn't make that one. They didn't have a seat for me. And so she just ignored me. And she started calling other people names.
Wow.
Standing there. And I'm like, well, are you going to put me on the flight? And she was like, no, because your money didn't roll over to this flight. And I said, I work for the airline. I ain't paid for no flight, or whatever.
Wow.
And she was like, I said, this is such an airline. I said, I'm a flight attendant. I said, those planes belong to the company that I work for.
Wow.
And your brand is just on the side of the plane. And it was me and one other man, and they was doing the same thing to him. But he was like in a family of 4. It was 4 of them.
Wow.
He worked for the same airline as me, and she just stood there and was like,
Do you think it's some prejudice with the airline?
yeah. And I was like, this is crazy. So after a while, they made a couple of phone calls. I don't know who they called. And they hadn't already closed the door on they don't open doors.
No, usually they don't.
They opened that door. And
wow.
On that plane. I don't know who she called or who. I don't even know.
Who had to go off on her? Somebody probably had to go off on her.
Let those people on that plane.
And let us on that plane.
Wow.
Yeah. I tell you that, I mean, one thing, I think there are some hacks that you just gotta know about these flights, especially going to Honolulu, because I tell you, I think the best flights are the earliest flight that you can.
Yeah.
Regardless if you're going or coming back, because I had a friend who's also a flight attendant. She's going in a couple of weeks. She said, what flight? Because she only have 3 days. I'm gonna tell you, you finna one day trying to get there and one day trying to get back. So you only really gonna have 1 day there, because we started off, which I think Jeanette and I did great going.
Yeah, we did good going.
Yeah, we did great going because we were able to catch a flight and even their flight. But on our way back, we got bumped like 5 times. Well, we were just kind of looking, but it was 5 or 6 flights, and it was like literally a flight that had was delayed from the afternoon that didn't leave until like 1 a.m. the next morning. That's the flight, and there were 107 people on the standby list.
And I think it was a ripple effect of something that was going on. That's why it was so many people fly, stand.
Maybe that's what the case was. Maybe that's what it was.
Something that happened. Maybe some flights were canceled, so everybody was ending up on the same, probably the same. Like, because I left the day before y'all. I stayed in the airport.
Oh yeah, we already thought it was going to be bad when we saw what happened with you.
Hawaii is different. So keep in mind, Hawaii is different. You know how people just sit at their gate and maybe take a nap or whatever? You can't stay at the gates in Hawaii. You gotta go. They like, you gotta leave the total airport, or you gotta go to a certain part. Like the airport just be empty at night. They don't want you.
Oh wow, you couldn't stay at the gate.
So where did you go? Where did you go? Because if you're not,
so you had to go to. So they said you got to go to F2. I remember F2. You got to go to F2. You can't stay at these gates. So I was like, okay. So I got to F2, and I sat there, and I was like the only person there. And this Hispanic lady, I couldn't even understand what she was saying. She said, keep walking. Well, this is what I eventually got out of her. She said, keep walking. There's a sleeping area up there. And I was like, okay. So I just kept walking. And I saw this area where people were sleeping, and it was kind of like beds almost. Or
that's
like
what I actually was a bed. Wow.
Yeah, whatever. And I had my blanket.
Wow.
and let me tell you, I got some good sleep.
Okay. We were wondering, why didn't you come back? We were like, you should come
back. But I was gonna have to get up at like 4 a.m. to try to get on another flight.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? It ain't even work. Let me just lay down here, take me a nap real quick. But I slept like really, really good. And it was other people there, but it was like, it wasn't a lot of people, but it was like crazy. But I didn't get a flight until like maybe 1, 2 o'clock. I was there because
you have to fly to LA. You had to fly.
I had to just stop looking for Denver. I had to stop. I was like, okay, that's
what our option was. We were just gonna go anywhere to get out of Hawaii. That's what we were getting ready to do.
I was like, okay, so where can I
get out
go?
of Hawaii?
I was like, let me just fly from here to LA. And then once I got to LA, then I shopped another flight from LA to Denver, which got me back at like 7 p.m. And I was like, well, I did good time, because I thought I needed to be back before 3 a.m. the next day, in order to start working. But the good thing is I didn't get a flight assigned to me until 9 p.m. that night. So I got to rest all day whenever I got back, my days are all mixed up.
We were thinking if you got back early that you probably would have had some rest time. I'll tell you with standby too. For me, I went up to one of the gate agents and she told me, "Oh, you're seventh on the line, and we only have 6 seats left. So there's no way you're going to get on this. You ain't no way you're going to get on this plane." And I turned around and I walked off. I went and got some water. I went to the bathroom and I came back, and then I had a seat. So you just never know. I mean, it's a definitely a process that
It
tries
is.
your patience because you're just sitting there waiting. And then even when I was on the list with Tina, we had gotten down to about 90 something.
We
And
were
you think 90 people ahead of you, you think there's no. And I told Tina, I said, I don't, and I'm usually always, we're gonna get on here, we're gonna get there. And I said, Tina, I don't know. And Tina was like, we're getting on here, and we got on there, so and got good
Because
seats.
those people are
So
not going to show up.
But
yeah.
you notice they hand put everybody on that flight. It wasn't an automated system. They literally went person by person, 100 people, and put us on that flight. Because normally they would just kind of assign, but they were making sure families stay together. They were making sure that people who were together. I really was impressed with these agents. They really was. I mean, it was
some of them are good, some of them are not. Just, I mean, I'm just going, like, I can tell you, so, you know, like yesterday, I was trying to get back here to Dallas. And I remember this man. And next time I go to that area where he works, I need to find out his name.
You're looking for him.
Because he's the manager over certain gates that are in that area of United Airlines. And the lady that was working at the time was like, "Oh, there's no seats available on this flight." And then when it got to the end, she was like, "Oh, we're just not gonna put anybody else on here." And he was like, it's okay. We have seats available." And he got on the little intercom and he was like, "If you're standby, go ahead and line up right here." And he put me on that flight. Like I had already tried to get on maybe like 2 flights before that or whatever. And he put me on that flight. But if he wasn't gonna be there, she would have said no. She would have said, "We don't have no seats."
How many times have we gotten on the plane last and we don't have nobody sitting next to us?
Exactly.
So many times
they be having seats.
Had a whole row, and I'm like, "How you saying we didn't have any seats? I'm the last person to get on the plane, and I'm on the row by myself."
They only cater to pilots. They gonna let pilots on. They gonna let them on.
Oh.
Even if I'm in a uniform as a flight attendant, they be like,
They won't even.
I don't know what it is. They don't like us.
Even a jump seat. They might a jump seat or something. Like
they I don't know. It's weird. They don't like us.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think maybe they're just mad because they got to stay in one spot and y'all get to move around. Maybe that's the issue.
I don't know.
So I got to ask a question. Of all the places that you've had to fly into standby, what has been the best location flying into? Like, I think San Francisco has done us the best justice most of the time. Denver and San Francisco, but mostly when we've been going places, I think San Francisco is a good hub to get where you want to go. Since
that's a question for y'all, because I only try to come home standby, and that's to Dallas.
Yeah, because
so it was a personal trip going to Hawaii, and that was a headache. And then I opted to stay in Seattle,
fly from Seattle.
just to for personal reasons or whatever. And that was a headache trying to get back home.
Yeah.
So it's always, a headache.
Yeah.
Flying standby. I don't know, because
I think it's some key things that we probably need to also keep in mind and that we need to do for the next time. One, we need to get some kind of lounge access. Because if I'm going to be hanging around there 8 9 hours, I need to have access to a lounge, because we could have been drinking and eating it up while we're waiting for the flights. And then you can go to the desk and have them help us get on the next.
I have lounge access to go to Capital One, but the lounges are not everywhere.
They're not everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we got to research, where the best lounges are, where the biggest lounge, because I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get me a travel credit card specifically so I can have this lounge access, because this is crazy. And
Yeah.
I also think we always need to bring our passport, because I even heard that sometimes it's better to even fly out of the country to get back to our destination.
Well, my passport has to stay on with me at all times.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, for
Yeah.
your travel, even when you're personal travel,
Yeah.
you need to have a passport, because in these
Yeah.
situations, it just would have made sense if I needed to fly to Mexico, or I needed to fly somewhere else, Canada, to get here. It would make sense as opposed to going to Chicago, then going to Houston, then flying for 9, 10, 12 hours when I could just
Yep.
somewhere and get here in 6 hours. So
Yeah. My passport is a required item. It has to stay on my body at all times. So
yeah. And I think that it helps that we have TSA pre-check, because this,
yeah.
because sometimes me and Jeanette at the last minute, and they did the same thing. They made us check our bag, gate check our bag, and we had to go to baggage claim. So we had to leave out, go to baggage claim, get our bag to go back and get on our next flight.
That's another thing that happened to me on yesterday.
Yep.
I flew, when I left, I think I flew American, but then when I came back, I flew United. So I parked my car in the employee C lot. So when I came, they made me check my bag yesterday. So
Yeah.
I came in A or E, I don't even know, but I had to get my bag. So usually I just jump on the Skylink and go, to the gate, to the area, and then get on the employee bus and go to the employee lot. Yesterday, I had to get my bag, go and take the bus to get to the gate that will bring me to the gate where I needed to be. And then I had to get on it was a lot.
This is what I was trying to tell y'all when y'all was like, why did you go and check your bag? I did not have an option.
Yeah.
I got to the thing. She was like, literally, we walking through. She said, "You have the gate check." She just tagged your bag, and you need to leave it at the end of the skywalk. I'm like, what? My great loving bag that I love so much that I did not want to get damaged or dirty. I wouldn't have never picked that option.
Yeah.
All the way home, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But when you gate check my bag, and I'm still in the middle of connections, you got to leave security and go back through security.
Yeah, and I didn't want to go back through security. I was like, I'm just going to jump on this bus. And I'm like, oh, Lord, it took so much.
Yes, it does. And just imagine, this was the day they had a technical issue. So my bag didn't even come. So after I waited 2 hours, they was like, okay, your bag's not even here. So it's just so many so when they say patience is a virtue, you need to be
definitely.
You need to have a carry-on. Do not go and check a bag. Because imagine if you don't get on the flight, you didn't check the bag. So I'd say never check a bag.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, I'm going to tell you, once I got on a plane, there was plenty of spots available for me to put. I said I should have just drugged and I actually walked back to try to grab my bag to bring it on, but they hadn't already took it.
Yep. So I was wondering, can you do this? Can you like roll through there with your bag and then go find us if you see a spot, go and put it in there? I'd rip that.
So this is the deal. If they put the white thing on it and you want to try to see if you can find a spot, rip it off, because you can't bring that bag. Yeah, but you cannot bring that bag on the flight. Rip it off and see if you can find you a spot, because they're going to put that thing on there at the gate agent. But once you get on there and you think you can find a spot, take it off. But if you get at the gate and they give you like a green tag or a pink tag, that means when you get off the plane, your bag is going to be sitting there at the jet bridge waiting for you.
Yeah.
But if they put the white tag on there, that means you got to go to baggage claim.
Yeah. Yeah. Because So I know that those are just some of the things that
it's inconvenient.
And I know that one of the great things that we were able to do is being able to check availability throughout the course of the flight.
Yeah.
It's just, something you got to do. So our friend who also is a flight attendant, she was going to be here on a Sunday in Dallas. They had a lot of activities. And I said, what are the availability? I said, catch that first flight out. Do not sit around here until 1 o'clock thinking you're going to get a flight. And she had to be at work again, be back on.
Yeah.
And I said,
because she don't fly back and forth like me, so she don't know.
yeah. I said, get out. First flight out, get out. So literally, we partied, and I dropped her back off, and within 2 hours, she said she checked, and it was like 100 seats or something like that. And she said she literally just got an Uber and just went on back to the airport. And had I known, I'm like, I could have just waited around and she took her with me. But I was like, do not wait. I'm saying, this is Dallas. I said, everybody's trying to fly out. Because, the big thing is when you come to Dallas, you have to stay through Sunday. So most people are going to try to stay through Sunday.
Yeah. And they're going to be taking all them flights up. It's not going to be availability.
And a lot of them are confirmed flights. They're not really like standby people. So I would just say, get out early every time. If you go somewhere 6 a.m., get on that first flight out.
Yeah. See, like I'm flying. I have a trip starting Wednesday. I'm not even gonna risk it. That's why I was like, I gotta fly tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I could actually fly Wednesday morning because I don't fly out until like 2 something on Wednesday. But no, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get out of here tomorrow night.
I would chance it. So I know that we had talked about possibly even going to Denver this weekend. And just, seeing how those flights look. And, I'll check them out during the week. But, I literally kind of feel like, we were just kind of flying in, flying out. So hopefully everything.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't no big deal. If y'all don't, because I could always find some stuff to do or whatever.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, hey, I'm always ready for the adventure. And for Jeanette, it's a date. That's her new dating site. So
yeah, I don't know, Jeanette, I don't know what's going on with your audio, but we can't even hear you anymore.
Yeah.
No.
But that's okay. Well, you know what? We've told them everything we can think of about we stand by and hopefully
it's crazy because I can tell y'all so many stories.
Yes. But I'm telling you, that's why I said we need to do Standby Chronicles. While you're walking through, we need to just start recording this, create us some chronicles. And just kind of, put them together on the YouTube, because I tell you, me and Jeanette, we walked around, we ate, we drank. You gotta be prepared.
Yes.
Much, but we didn't have to stay overnight. But you run out of stuff to do. We watched the whole movie. We did it all.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything.
Okay.
Well, you know what? She's Jeanette,
and I'm Evette,
and I'm Tina, and we are the Jet
Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Hey, it's Shaletta. I'm here at Xfinity Mobile getting a new phone for my teenager. Great plans, reliable coverage, perfect for our family. Now my teen enjoys fast speeds to stay connected no matter where the day goes. Plus, get an extra line free for a year. Y'all better switch to Xfinity Mobile today.